We're not jittery. This is working. Guys, the IT issues this evening have been insane. But what this teaches us is that whenever things don't go right, we don't just give up. We keep trying, because ultimately we will come up with a resolution. So this is our resolution for this evening. I am having a Wednesday night live if it near enough kills me. So me and Lauren unfortunately can't go live this evening. It looks like there is an issue with Instagram and Facebook. Honestly, nightmare. So it's not letting us live stream together. So what we thought we would do instead...
What you thought we would do.
Instead is bring Jamie on and do a bit of like a live Q&A with Jamie and me together. So I thought that would be a lovely idea.
Yeah.
I think everyone would agree it's a lovely idea as well. They will now. So a lot of you asked me about Jamie and his progress on plan and how he is doing. So we might as well talk about that now and give you all an update. This is improvisation, guys. So whenever you have things in life that don't go right, what's the thing they say about lemons?
Yeah, that's not the right analogy in this one.
Why not?
Because it's not.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Yeah.
When life gives you an Instagram that don't work, do a live with your fella. He's buzzing, as you can tell, guys. The enthusiasm. Look at Georgie. You look thrilled to be with her.
I was packing boxes a second ago and doing the orders.
So if you do have any questions, please pop them in the comment section so we can obviously answer a couple of questions. But just to give everyone an update on where you are, what this will be saved forever, you know that, don't you? Yeah. So where are you at the minute in your journey? Remind everyone where you started, where you are now, how much you've lost, what step you're doing, that whole jazz.
Okay, started at 16 stone 10, which was 13 weeks ago. On Tuesday, my last weigh-in, I was 13 stone 1.5 pounds.
Impressive.
Thanks. Still on step 1B. I've only done 1 week on step 2 all the way through my journey, really. But step 1B, yeah, until my BMI comes down to 25, which should hopefully be in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And what was the other question?
How much have you lost in total?
Oh, 3 stone 8.5 pounds, is it?
Yeah. And you want to lose 4 stone in total?
Just over. When I get down to 12.7, that's a healthy BMI for me.
Have found it?
Simple. After the first week, as everybody would have known from our first live. But yes, easy. Step 1B is easy for me. I'm a bit apprehensive about going up to step 2 because that week I had on it, I'm going to say it was stressful buying food and cooking food and preparing only a little bit of food, but I don't know, it's a bit of a big change. But yeah, step 1B has been perfect for me, so all I've had to do is get a sachet out or eat a bar if I'm not that hungry. Yeah,
we both find step 1B super simple because we're both really, really like crap cooks, so, and we don't really enjoy cooking, do we? Or like anything like that. Or have time. Like, we're so busy. Like, when people say to me, oh, I've come off plan because I've been really busy, I'm like, how? Like, it's the easiest thing to do whenever you're busy is grab a product and go. I find cooking really stressful.
I will try to step up meals though, as Georgie said.
Yeah, definitely. Georgie said, not a question, but loving Jamie's new beard look.
Thanks very much. It was shorter than this, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's grown a bit more now.
It has grown a little bit, yeah.
And then, if you could be a superhero, what would you be and why?
What, an actual superhero?
Yeah. Like one of the ones that's out there already.
I like the Hulk, don't I? I'm not an angry guy, which is maybe why I like the Hulk, so...
Unless Pops has chucked her drink all over the floor.
I'd like to be the Hulk so I could get away with it as like an alter ego, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know, with my injections, I could be Cap America as well with my super serum.
Oh, I don't know stuff like that. Any questions, do let me know. There's loads of you on here, but there's not a lot going on in the chat.
Hi everyone. Hi to Rachel Slimmers too.
Yeah, hi. I've seen a couple of the girls pop up as well. Favourite product?
Oh, I'm going to have to say the strawberry and banana oat smoothie.
Yeah, you love that one, don't you?
I do love it, yeah. But very close second is spaghetti for me. Mixed spaghetti bolognese and macaroni cheese.
If you haven't tried it, it's so good. Literally just get the bolognese sachet, the macaroni cheese sachet, mix them together, like double them up, or you can half it and have like one in the lunchtime and one in the evening. You add mixed herbs
and cayenne pepper in mine.
Cayenne pepper. It's really, really nice. Kind of tastes like, is it like a lasagna?
Almost, yeah, without the big layer of pasta and cheese and garlic bread. And Pops likes it as well.
Yeah, Pops loves it. I don't know what any of your kids are like, but like she loves the spaghetti, like absolutely loves it. Rachel asks, cloud bread, what's your views on it for someone who loves bread? It's not bread, it's egg whites, it's a meringue basically. Have you seen this?
I don't even know what cloud bread is. Is this some young social media thing that's going around?
No, so like it's really ingenious how people do it, but they it's like a savoury meringue, okay. But then they put like a burger in between it, like their step 2 protein in between it.
I think somebody asked them what would I be doing if I wasn't packing boxes.
Oh yeah, what did you used to do in the evening before you were sent to the bedroom to pack boxes?
Well, an ideal night like tonight when there's Champions League football on, I'd be watching the football downstairs while Rach was doing it live. So I'd be having my own time, but I don't get that anymore, unfortunately.
Well,
but I'm not complaining. I like doing it.
Yeah, it is nice. What's really funny is, like I said before on a live with who was it with? I think it was with Georgie, which obviously isn't up anymore, sorry guys. But I had said on there that I was worried when I started Plan because the only time we really came together and had time together was when we ate.
Yeah, but that was a lot of time.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Don't make out that it was like just dinner time and something else. We would have food all the time.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. So when I came on Plan, I was worried that we were going to feel really disconnected because we didn't have that time to come together anymore. And I mean, we didn't have any time together in any other way. It was literally just when we were eating.
Yeah.
So then, but I was saying how we had to kind of disconnect a little bit to come like back together and be stronger then.
Yeah.
What? What?
Make you sound like a movie.
It is like a movie.
Oh god.
It is. We could be a movie. Right, let's look at some other questions.
There's one above that, I think.
Is there?
There's a few above.
Oh.
Keep going.
Is there? Oh, here we go. What's a typical day like for you, Jamie? How do you spread out your products?
So I try and have my breakfast smoothie, so the strawberry and banana and oat smoothie at either 10 or 11 o'clock, depending how busy I am in work. On a weekend it will be like 10 o'clock on the dot, but 10 or 11 I'll try and have my smoothie. If I'm hungry in the day, I'll usually try to aim for a bar about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then since Rachel's got all the products, it has changed a little bit in the evening, where sometimes I'll have a vegetable soup with croutons at about 5-6 o'clock, just after, or when Poppy's eating.
Yeah.
And then just before bed I'll have another bar on days like that, which will usually be like a chocolate chewy, chocolate orange or a toffee chewy. But if I have the spaghetti, I'll have the spaghetti bolognese and macaroni cheese, the full packets for both of them.
You'll double up in the evening then, wouldn't you?
At like 5-6 o'clock when Pops is eating, and then I won't need anything else for the night then. So it's either like a three part day or a 4-part, depending on what I have. But I did as well have that golden veg. I tried that golden veg water flavouring today, and
you like that, didn't you?
Well, I don't know why I haven't tried it before.
A lot of people don't. So like the golden veg water flavouring is like a broth, isn't it? It's like a cup of soup.
It don't look nice when you put the water in. It looks like it's going to be really thin and watery.
Yeah.
And then you taste it, and it tastes just like a cup of soup.
A cup of soup, and it's so filling. You said, didn't you? You were like.
By the end of it, I was like, I want this to stop now.
Because
You got to finish it. You know, the old me is still in there. You got to finish it.
Man be food.
Exactly.
I had one of those every single day when I first started Plan to get me through, because it was the depths of winter and it got to like 3 o'clock and I'd be like, oh my god, like Poppy used to have a second nap, didn't she, at like 3? Mm-hmm. And I used to be like, I need something to get me through, and that's why I tried it. Jen was like, just try it, see how you get on with it. And I say to everyone, if you are getting that craving in the afternoon, you need something to see you through, get a golden veg, because they are really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Really good.
I really like that.
As a bloke, have any other men commented on you doing the diet? My husband's considering joining me.
I never told anyone outwardly that I was on the diet.
No, you didn't. Do you think it's just something you don't speak about as blokes?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't just bring it up in like a WhatsApp group and say, oh, I'm on a diet.
Do you not?
No. And then, I don't know, now that I've lost, when the weight was noticeable, because I remember asking you, and that was it at the start. When
will I start feeling it?
When do you notice it? Because I was like a stone down or a stone and a half down, and I just felt the same. And
you were fuming when we told you the answer, weren't you?
Yeah, and it did work out around about the 3 stone mark, was it?
I always say you'll really start noticing your weight loss when you're 50% of the way there. When you get to 50%, whatever that is, whether you've got a stone to lose or 10 stone to lose. For me, for most people I know that have done the plan or lost weight, about halfway into their journey is where people start really feeling it. And that is when most people get diva fever and they feel amazing, and they then come off of whatever plan they're doing, whether it's this plan or a different plan. Typically that's when people start wobbling, and that's why it's really important at those moments to like re-ground yourself, refocus in on your goal, and remember you're not done. Like, that was never your goal to begin with. Like, you have to keep your eye on the long game. But you did feel that when it got to like 50% of your way there, when you'd lost like 2 stone, is when you really started feeling it,
and everyone else started to notice it, and that's when you got the questions about what have you done.
Yeah.
Like, what are you eating? What diet are you on?
Did they ever comment on my weight loss before you come on plan?
No, because again, any of my mates who follow you on Instagram or Facebook, they won't. If they see something that you've posted, they won't come to me and go, "Oh, no." So no, they didn't. But going back to the question, I would highly recommend your husband join you if he's got any weight to lose at all, just to try it, because all I was going to do was 2 weeks, just because I knew Rach was going to go into the consulting side of it, so she wanted me to try the products first, just in case like people would come to the house or anything like that, and wanted any questions answered and just to talk about it. So yeah, I highly recommend just giving it a go, even if it's for a week or a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's good to have that support as well. What have Jamie's losses been like week to week over the 13-week period?
Well, it's a good question for this week, isn't it? But
get your spreadsheets out, girls.
I never had the typical, because I've heard loads like on Rachel's voice notes when you say it and stuff. Oh, blokes lose more weight and they have a massive first week and things like that. I never had the big first week. I had like a 6 pounds, was it, in my first week?
Yeah, but when you think you only have like your overall is 4 stone. If you were to look at what percentage of 4 stone 6 pounds is, that's a big percentage of weight.
It is, yeah, but
like, this is the problem sometimes. People will see other people's losses online and automatically put themselves against that bar, but everyone is so different. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because somebody loses 10 pounds, that person may have 10 stone to lose in comparison to your 4. So, comparatively... Is that a word?
Comparatively. Not comparatively.
Comparatively... Oh, you're spinning me out now. Comparatively, the 10 stone... Oh, you've set me off now.
It's alright.
The £10 for that 10 stone to someone else's 4 pounds to 4 stone would be the same. It's like on The Biggest Loser, they used to do it by percentage, didn't they? Percentage of weight loss that week. Otherwise, old Greg boy that's got like 50 pounds more than Deborah to lose would always win.
Yeah, true. So I had 6 at the start. That's been my biggest week. Then it was about 4. Then I had like a pound and a half, I think, was my 3rd week. Yeah. And then it was consistently between 2 and 4 pounds, I would say. I've probably averaged about 3 pounds, and then last week's weigh-in was half a pound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which I'm not knocking, because it's still a loss, and it's like at a late stage now, isn't it? Where
and you've got to give your body time to catch up. And like we've always said, and like Jeremy put so beautifully on a previous live we did, explaining that weight loss versus inch loss. And I personally think you've got a lot smaller in the last couple of weeks.
Well, I'm in size small t-shirts for the first time in my whole entire life.
Size, like literally squeezing into an XL, weren't you, at one point?
Yeah.
To size small. Like it's just incredible. Yeah, it's just mental.
There's one there, how long?
Yeah, how long have you been on plan and how much have you lost?
This is week 14. This is week 14, and in total 3 stone, 8.5 pounds.
Done so well.
Thanks.
Dahima asks, hi guys, I would love to know how you kept so strong losing the weight and your body changing, as I've already lost 3.5 stones on plan, but struggling now to keep my mind strong. Firstly, massive well done on 3.5 stone. That is no mean feat. How have you done it? Because we had like, I feel like everyone knows of me. Like I always had that really strong why. For me, it's know your why. Keep that in the forefront of your mind. Always remember where you want to get to. So I always did try-ons. I was always trying on like the next size down and reminding myself that I wasn't where I wanted to be. I wasn't shaming myself. I wasn't berating myself in front of the mirror, but I was saying to myself, Rach, you're not where you want to be yet. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to both celebrate in your successes, but also remind yourself that you're not done. And it is a fine balance, because you don't want to get into the mindset of being nasty to yourself, because that is never what we do. We're coming from a good place, a place of loving ourselves and investing in ourselves. But it's also important that you keep your eyes on the prize, if you like, to get to where you want to be. And I would also like write down every reason why I wanted to start plan, all like the good things that have happened since I've come on to plan, but the things that I also still want to get to. And I think it's about just reminding yourself and knowing you're worth that effort to get to where you want to be. Don't give up on yourself. Too often I think we give up on ourselves before we get to our full potential, or like where we can fully get to. And actually it's about saying, you know, yes, it's taken you a lot of effort to get to where you are now. Losing 3.5 stone, that takes some grind. But no matter how good you feel now, I promise you will only feel better when you get to your goal. Like, I bet when you got to like your 2 stone, I remember getting to like halfway and being like, I could not possibly feel better than I do now. Yeah,
it was a good feeling. I think that's just it. It was a bit of a runaway train for me. Like the weight just kept coming off, and I was already sceptical about plan. I was already sceptical about being able to lose any more weight, no matter how many calories I ate, and my body wouldn't change or anything like that, because with you being on plan, I'd lost 2 stone just from that, and I'd always plateaued around that 16, like late 15s mark. So I thought
you've never ever got below that on any diet we'd ever done.
So I thought maybe, you know, that was it, and I wouldn't get any further.
That was like your set point. That's what you tell yourself, isn't it? Like, oh, my body just can't go below that point. That's my set point. But it's not. It's just that's typically the point that we mentally, like, that's a psychological barrier, isn't it, that you need to break through, not like a physical one.
But that changed my mindset then, where after I had that first week and it went down so much, and then I thought, all right, I'll leave it till the second week, and then it went down again by like 4 pounds, and then the 3rd week where it was 1.5 pounds, and I thought, oh, here we go, this is the...
You thought it was tapering off then?
This is the plateau part of this now, and then it went down even further again, and then every week since it's just kept going down and down. So it's, like I say, it's been a bit of a runaway train, but it's almost been like a bit of a a competition for the next week, not to lose more than before, but just to lose.
Yeah.
Like, just to lose or maintain. I look forward to getting on the scales, not to see like a £6 weight loss or a £4 weight loss. If I saw myself stay the same, then to me, that's where I'm supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's how I stay strong with it. It's just, you see the weight coming off, it gives you more confidence, and you just want to see it keep coming off, ticking off, and get into the next week. And with this plan, knowing all you have to do is eat the stuff in the packets or the wrappers that are there, I can't see anything easier than that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, once you're past that, it's that first week, and I've got a lot of people in those early parts at the minute, and you just need to knuckle down and get that first week done. Once that is done, you're laughing. And I said to someone earlier on, I was like, you are stronger than feeling hungry. You've done harder days in life than just being hungry. We all have done harder days in life than having hunger and being a bit stressed. So it's about knuckling down and really pushing through those and recognising that you are strong enough to do it. Rachel, looking so glam, thanks. Did it for Lauren, not for Jamie, but
cheers.
There you go. Do you use thick tan? Yes, Bondi Sands Dark. Absolutely swear by it. It's the best thing in the world. I've ordered the wrong one off Amazon. I've ordered the spray and not the foam. I'm going to try it this week before convention, but who knows what's going to happen. Do you have any products together? How does it work with you being on different steps?
No, we don't.
Never.
And it's absolutely fine, because one of us has to be with Poppy when she's home from nursery. So Rachel will have her food in the kitchen and I'll be with Poppy, either feeding her or playing with her. And then when Rachel's finished, I'll go and have my food, but I'll usually just have it on the sofa.
Because you usually share a Poppy.
Well, if I have spagaroni I do, but
she's not interested in my food, but she always wants yours.
I don't see any issue with
do you know what it is?
What goes on at the moment.
You know what I said earlier on, and you went, oh, it's like you want it to be a film.
Yeah.
Saying that we used to just eat, like, food used to just play a big part in, like, our time together. Yeah. We've disconnected that food brings us together.
Yeah.
It is now just a case that we just need to have something to eat. Like, it's nice when we went out for food. We went out for food the other day with Georgie and Dan, and it was lovely having food together. But it wasn't like I felt like I feel really connected to you now that we're eating.
Yeah.
Whereas before, that would have been a really big thing. And again, it's about sitting in that discomfort in the beginning and being like, this feels weird. Like, I feel like I want to be eating with you. Like, I feel like I want to be having that roast dinner with you. I want to be having that with you. But there is a longer term goal. There is something more that you're working towards. And you don't have to do this plan. You really don't. If you don't have to lose weight. You don't have to change how you are with food. But if you want to, if it's something that you really want to get a grasp of and really want to change, then it is so worth the effort and those little moments of awkwardness or uncomfortableness for what you get out the back of it.
Yeah, I said on our last live, didn't I? It's not just about losing weight, this plan. It just totally changes your mindset for food. Like, now that we've lost the weight and we want it to stay off, obviously, we're looking forward to not like grabbing a McDonald's or like stuffing our faces with Domino's with sweets and chocolate. It's like going to a nice place for breakfast or going to a nice restaurant for dinner or having lunch at a restaurant that we'd probably never even choose before, just to try different foods. I think it's just...
Because before we weren't interested in food that tasted good. We just wanted food that had, quick.
Greasy.
Yeah. Whereas now we're like, I really want a nice meal. So yeah, that has been a really big change. But I think sometimes people get really scared of that change because that's all they know.
Maybe, yeah.
And so that actually when they start feeling that change happen, they get a bit nervous. Like, I always talk about the what do they call it now? Like the change. There's like a change thing, there's like the 5 stages of grief. There's like 5 different stages of change. And you go through denial, and then you go through like frustration and anger, and at the end of it you become like accepting of that change. You should Google it if you think this may be something that you deal with. And I noticed in myself, like on reflection, that this is what I would do. this is why I only ever got to a certain weight and then my weight stored, because it's like I got to that weight, I got scared of what that change was going to look like if I actually committed to it. So I just reverted back to my old habits.
Yeah.
Because even though I was maybe unhappy at that weight and with those habits, it's like better the devil you know. But it really isn't. It's worth being brave and kind of pushing through that, because what's on the other side is amazing.
Definitely.
Just see. Golden veg, people aren't sure if they want it or not. How do you get through hard days, Jamie, and how much water do you drink in a day?
Water, I've always drank.
You're fine with water. It annoys me.
I've always drank a lot of water. It's going back to a PE teacher we had in like year 11. He set us a challenge to drink a 2-litre bottle every day, because like that was the point when
that was like how much they said you should drink a day.
Yeah, and that was when I think it was in the papers and stuff back in the 80s when I was a kid.
Showing your age.
Where you'd have to drink that amount. So he challenged everyone in the class to do it, and I've drank 2 litres ever since then, and then I've probably drank way more than that now. I probably have about, these are 900 and something ml bottles. I reckon I have about 6 or 7 of these a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So I do drink quite a lot of water, just naturally. It's not, and I don't have any water flavourings or squash or anything. It's just straight water, and I've always liked it. And
not
I know
even filtered, just straight out the tap.
I know a lot of
like
people don't like that, and they do find getting water in difficult, because it makes you go to the toilet more, obviously, and it does make you feel full sometimes, where you don't think you can even get any more water in you. But I just naturally drank water like that.
You are good with your water, to be fair, but then that's probably why you do find it okay and you feel as good as you feel. Like, water is so important. It's literally 50% of the planet is water. Like, you need to be drinking, you need to be well hydrated.
Yeah, and I was always told before that if you're hungry, try and drink something first to see if it's just thirst.
Yeah.
And hard days,
not in like marriage or with your kid. Like...
oh right, okay. I thought this was some sort of like counselling session that we were gonna have.
I know, I could see. Hard days on plan.
I have had some hard days recently, actually, haven't I?
Yeah, you have.
I felt like really hungry recently, and I'm not sure why. So
I think it's because you're dropping a lot of weight. I always got that whenever I was about to drop a lot of weight, like a 4-pound week. The week before, I would be so hungry. Yeah. And then Jem said to me, she went, I reckon you're going to have a really big loss this week. And I always did. I always had like a 4.5, 5-pound loss.
Yeah, I've been really hungry for some reason. So they have been pretty difficult recently. Pop squares have got me through.
Yeah. You had an extra product one day?
I did, yeah, the day before weigh-in.
We should probably buy you on a £1.5. But
I did have an extra product. And
what was you could have just come off plan. So actually, sometimes people will say like, oh, can I have an extra product? Can I have this? And you're like, well, if it's going to keep you on plan, yeah, like it's
1 day out.
Yeah,
like
it's 1 day.
Weeks.
But you could have derailed yourself so much if you'd not done that, and you.
Oh, I could have come up here and eaten a box of bars, I reckon. Like not
Amy
even.
did that one.
Not even an issue.
I don't know if she's watching, right? But it's one of the funniest stories I've ever heard.
Not even an issue. I could easily have done it.
She ate like 10 chocolate chewies. I could do it easy.
That don't
Honestly,
surprise me at all, because I'd be able to do that. So yeah,
not a problem.
The hard days, I look through my phone at old pictures as well, and like comparison pictures to now, and like if I'm putting a t-shirt on or something and look in the mirror, that sort of gets me through the hard days, because I know that if I go and have a blowout and I feel disgusting and clothes get tighter and things like that, it's going to make me feel even worse. So I'd rather feel hungry for a day or two, and just crave, I don't know, chocolate or something like that, and get through it. And then the day after is always like a big, I don't know, you wake up and you think, oh, you feel
proud of yourself, don't you?
Yeah, because you easily, like, your old habits would come back in. Like, just because you're lighter, I mean, weight wise you're lighter. Just because you're lighter, it doesn't mean you wouldn't eat like a bar of dairy milk or
it's not like those things
pizza.
Are still there.
I even say all the time, don't I? I think I said again in my last line, probably repeating a lot of stuff here, sorry, but tin can kitchen. It could easily go and smash some fries and a burger.
Oh yeah, like we have literally got like the nicest takeaway place up the road. They're like a little local business. I feel awful that we're not supporting them, because I do feel like you should support local and support small. But we always say like the temptation to go there, like on days where Poppy's like it being a little like just a little terror, is so high. Like that's all you want to do. And I had it this week, didn't I? We both had hard weeks this week, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's been no reason for it at all.
Well, I had a reason.
Yeah, but there's been no like other reason. So...
No, but then that's what I mean. Like it's those emotional. It is emotional hunger cues, and that yours could have been stress was making you want to turn to food and making you feel more hungry.
Maybe, but I think the point is they're always going to be there, and those temptations are always going to be there as well.
Sam asked how did Poppy react to the videos.
I filmed it actually.
I'll put it on. I'll see if I've got it, so and put it on my stories.
But
she's funny.
She was all right, to be fair. She was a bit unsure at first, and then she was fine about it. But I don't think I could grow it again and then shave it off. I think as she gets a bit
I quite like it not big anymore.
As she gets a bit older, I think she would notice more. Somebody asked, well, what gets you through the hard days? It's similar, just looking at old pictures and shopping probably as well. Like when you can buy stuff online.
This guy, honestly, has become a shopaholic. He's got a problem, like a legit problem.
I've never been able to buy stuff that I can actually fit into.
I know, and at this rate,
stuff just to put in
we're
my
never
wardrobe
going to pay
before.
a mortgage off.
I'd buy
We're
stuff and just put it in my wardrobe before.
Yeah, you would. I always used to say that you never wear anything you buy, and I suppose that was because you just didn't feel comfortable in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you. Do you miss eating out socially, birthday celebrations, etc.? So many people are asking me at the minute about social situations, what we do for them, how you cope with them, like what do you do?
With Poppy and not having family close by that we can just ask someone to babysit.
Yeah, basically we're not very social. That's
a bit of an excuse for us anyway, as to like we can't, both of us can't go somewhere without arranging a babysitter.
Yeah.
We haven't got anyone
and we haven't
close.
Yeah, we've got friends, but then those would be the people we would want to be going out with. But say for example the boys wanted to go for food, and obviously I can have Poppy. What would your tips be for somebody who's in that situation? Would you come off plan? Would you stay on?
I don't know, much like Saturday when we went to Longley. I'd look for something that I could potentially have. So on Saturday I had the soup.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I did smash the 3 bits of bread that were with the soup, which is probably why I didn't lose a lot.
Did you tell Jem that?
I didn't lose a lot.
No. Oh, this is like a confessional.
Probably why I didn't lose a lot.
Yeah, you did enjoy those 3 slices of bread, Jem. Straight off the bat.
If the menu had something light on it...
It was a hard menu. It was really nice pub grub. Yeah.
I probably would come off, yeah, but not... I'd come off like I did on Saturday. I'd come off and have a soup. Because to me, in my mind, that's almost like having... We've got an option for a soup, so I'd have a soup here anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst option you could have had. And if anything, like, I don't think it has to be a massive impact on your loss this week, but it's to say that meal did not make our day out. Like, it's all about figuring...
I didn't finish it anyway.
No, you didn't. And Georgie was like, I've never seen someone eat soup so slowly in all their life. But, like... You again had your products in the day, like the only thing you came out for was that meal. If you've got a meal out with family and friends or whatever, it's a meal. You don't need to have the whole day off and then the next day off and then have drinks. Like, if having a meal is really important to you, then choose to come off for that meal, but have your products in the day. Like, even when we went to the Slimmer Awards, didn't we? We still had products in the day.
And then had little bits of the...
And then had like bits of the meal. You wouldn't have been able to eat all 3 courses. It was huge. And then I got really, really drunk, but you don't drink, which works out perfectly. Mm-hmm. But the next morning then, when we went down for breakfast, we had breakfast, but again, we just chose lighter options. We just chose not to get all the toast and the pastries and all of that. We just chose to have, I think I had like veggie sausage, beans. like what have you.
Well, that's the difference, isn't it? It's coming off for one meal or one part of the day, rather than before. What would have been the norm was I'd have eaten all those courses that we've had at the Slimmer Awards. Then the day after,
and the bread and the little bread thingies that they have as well.
The morning after, we would have had breakfast. On the way home, we would have stopped in the services and got a Greggs or something like that. And then when we got home, because we'd been driving all morning, we wouldn't have been cooking or anything like that. So we would have got a Subway or something like that. And then because it was a Sunday night, we probably would have got a pizza or something, or a McDonald's.
Yeah, and this is it. It adds it spirals so quickly. And this is why when people say, do I stay on plan or do I come off plan? I'm like, well, it's up to you. Me personally, I always stayed on plan. I would much rather just sit there with Heather's really good. Heather goes out for food and she just takes a product with her. And she she documents that on her Instagram. She'll ask for just a water and they'll make it. Look at Georgie and Dale. They took chicken noodle soup to Longley and just said, can I have some hot water? And they just made up their soups. If you do that, then you stay on plan, you keep control, it's not overwhelming. But if you feel like you want to come off and enjoy a meal, do that, but on the understanding that you're going to get straight back on it and you're not going to beat yourself up about it. We literally had this conversation tonight with so many people and being like, I want to protect your losses on the scales, but I also want to protect what's up here and your mental well-being. And people do more damage to their head than the scales when they start this game of coming off plan. So unless it's something that you really want to come off for, just stick to the products, because you will feel, oh my God, you'll feel so good to stay into it, and how empowered you will feel.
In answer to the second part of that question as well, do we miss going out? Definitely miss being able to go to a restaurant or something like that. But in the grand scheme of things, even Rachel's time on plan, which for her has probably been a lifetime, from December last year.
Though it's gone so quick.
But it's only a year, and now you can go out. And then when I get to go, I might have been on plan for 4 months. It's 4 months out of your life to be able to go back and eat normally, and be able to go to a restaurant, choose something nice for a change.
Enjoy it.
Rather than choosing volume and going for a start and main and then having a dessert just for the sake of it, because we're out and we're at a restaurant. So yeah, I do miss it, but 4 months is nothing to miss out on. We've had however long we've been in a lockdown for, that we haven't been able not just to go to restaurants or anything, but go out and see family or go to the shops or anything. So I don't know, it's probably put it into perspective, but yeah, for however long you're on the plan for, whether you're on for as long as Rach or for as long as me, it's not a lot of time. So I just think of it that way.
Yeah, I completely agree. Someone here said, do you recommend the diet to other guys? I have 4 stone to lose. Another guy interested in plan?
Yeah, without a doubt, I'd recommend it. I wouldn't have done before I went on it, just because of how sceptical I was. But yeah, I definitely recommend it, even if you just give it a go. Obviously, it's a bit of a shock when you go on there, first of all, if your eating habits were anything like mine and Rachel's. Because portions and things can seem small, which is why I double up on my savoury meals. Just
yeah, that's a good idea for guys. I think that you have that option to double up in the evening,
just to psychologically
have more volume in there.
A proper meal, yeah. But definitely recommend. And 4 stone is what I wanted to lose as well, or I want to lose. I'm not there yet. I'm talking like I've hit my goal.
Yeah, but you're nearly there.
Yeah, but don't give up yet, innit? But yeah, I definitely recommend it, even if you just give it a go. Have a go for 2 weeks, a month, and just see how you get on. Because once you see the numbers drop on the scales and how much you can lose on it and how easy it is, especially if you go 1B, just give it a try.
Yeah, I agree. I just think give it a try. You've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, have you had any cheat days / meals, Jamie? And what do you do if you have to go out for dinner or meet friends? I kind of covered that one a minute ago, but
yeah, well,
you have had meals off plan.
The only ones I've had are the Slimmer Awards and Saturday. We've been to barbecues and stuff, and I've taken products.
Yeah.
Just had like a fizzy drink, like a diet fizzy drink or whatever. I don't know, things aren't planned around food anymore, and at the barbecue I never felt like out of place for not eating the barbecue food, or
No, and I was on step 3 at the time, and I literally just said to my sister-in-law, can I have a veggie burger and some salad? And she was like, yeah, do you want to know the calories in it? And I was like, yeah, I do actually. Got my fitness pal out, scanned the barcode. Like, I don't know, I think we make it more of an issue than it actually is to other people around us.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, right, it's harder when you're probably first starting the plan, or...
Oh yeah, of course it is. Like the first couple of weeks are hard.
Nobody's noticing your weight loss, or you haven't lost a lot of weight, because it's almost like whenever you start something new, whether it be a diet plan or whether it be exercise, people are always like, oh, here we go. You know,
well, especially when you've done a lot of plans. Like, I was speaking to somebody earlier on, and I was talking through like the history of the diets I've been on and like my weight at different ages, and it is literally like that. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down, like a yo-yo. And then she was like, so what were people's opinions when you started planning? And I was like, well, they just thought it was going to be that new one. I was going to get to that same weight that I always get to, and then I give up, and then I put it all back on again.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what happened for 15 years.
Yeah.
But like you say, once people start seeing the losses, when you start seeing them and you start feeling better, and also a lot of it comes down to how you are about the plan. So if you have got an attitude of I can't have that, and it's negative, then typically people will reciprocate that and be like, oh, okay, or they'll have a negative impression of it because you're kind of not positively kind of speaking about it. It's like with anything. If you talk about your job and you go on about how much you hate your job all the time, people are going to be like, you should look for a new job. Like, I don't think you like your job. You're not very happy in your job. If you moan about your fella all the time, then they'll probably be like, I don't think he's very good for you. I think you need to look for another fella. I don't think he's the right one. Same with plan. If you keep talking about how deprived you are, how much you like have to give up, or how much you don't like, if you keep telling yourself that as well, then of course people are going to be like, I don't think this is a good thing for you. I think it's a bit extreme. Whereas if you are positive about it and you have more of a positive outlook, then people are more likely to give you that back in return. So Alina said, you're such an inspiration. I almost had a Percy pig today and remembered my why and stopped myself. I did have a sniff though.
Power to you, because
well done, girl.
That is hard to resist. I love Percy pigs.
Percy pig, and I've been guilty of having a sniff. What did we sniff the other day? Kinder cards. Yeah. We bought Poppy the new little Kinder cards, and we were both like, oh my God, this smells incredible. Incredible. He says, thank you so much. That helps a lot on your answer. So well done.
Thank you.
Let's see if there's any more questions here. What is your goal weight, Jamie, and how far are you off?
12 stone 7's my goal weight. So I was 13, 1.5. So it's 5, 6, 7.5 pounds.
Yeah.
7.5 pounds left. So yeah.
It's so good. And M asked as well, I've just scrolled past where was it? Did you always only weigh once a week?
Yeah, this is a big bugbear, because honestly, right, me and Rach used to weigh every day, maybe even twice a day.
Yeah.
Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. And
I don't know why. I don't know what we thought was going to happen.
And I did it once through my plan, haven't I? Since I've been on plan. Remember when? I don't know whether it was week 3 when I had that 1.5 pounds, and I was like, oh, God. Or I might have had a bigger loss. And then I think I drank loads of water and had a product, went back upstairs, and I don't know why I weighed on the same day. And it was like a £3 difference, and I was like, oh, what? The scales must have been wrong this morning, or like, I don't know, what's going on? It's some sort of magic on a Tuesday when it's weighing, like 1-to-1 comes over my face, and it just shows me what I want to see on the scales, and I'm like, oh
like
yeah,
rose-tinted glasses.
That's class, that is. But yeah, it's a big bugbear. I would never weigh more than once a week. Probably going forward, I don't think I'd even weigh once a week, if I'm honest. I'd probably put it back to either every other week or once a month. I don't think I'd keep a track of my weight as much as I do at the moment.
Do you know what Kate always says? This is why Kate says to not wear leggings and to wear like jeans.
So you
because
fit into...
yeah, you feel your weight whenever you feel the changes in your body with jeans. Lycra lies to you. It's so bad. And boys, just as bad, because we know you're in your joggers. Like, that's what you were always in, your joggers and a t-shirt, and those things. Well, yeah, you're in your comfies. But like, typically, like, like, I make an effort to wear jeans more often now, if for no other reason than just to keep me on track.
Yeah.
That's a good tip if you go out to eat as well. I remember someone went saying, wear jeans or something when you go out to restaurants so you don't like gorge and overeat and like just binge to the point of feeling really uncomfortable.
But just don't do it, please. Just don't weigh yourself.
Yeah, don't.
Every day or more than once a day, because you drink 2 litres of water and it's going to put weight on you until you flush it out.
Yeah, what was it, like a pint of water weighs a pound?
Yeah, so don't do it. You're going to have clothes on sometimes as well, and you might step on the scales with like your trainers on.
I mean, I'm never weighing my clothes on.
Yeah, but if there was scales somewhere in, I don't know, and you just jumped on quickly.
Anything can change it.
You might have trainers, jeans, you know, everything's heavy, so just leave it to your weigh day. Like, it's
and girls especially, not to put down boys, but like we have so many hormonal fluctuations in a month. Like, you could be holding water. People always think they weigh heavier on their periods, but actually I've always found that I get the most bloated and weigh the most when I ovulate, which is 2 weeks before generally you have a period. So like, for me, I know that week I'd always have a lower loss. That's not because I've done exactly the same thing. My body is just holding on to water. So yeah, please don't daily weigh. I always say all that a midweek weigh-in brings is a midweek meltdown.
Yeah,
there is nothing else weighing in the middle of the week brings you.
That's why we were on our roundabout and roller coaster for so long. We were weighing every day, and if we'd seen a loss, we'd be like, oh, I'll have something to eat, and then if we'd seen a gain, it was like, oh,
might as well give up, it's not working, what's the effort? Yeah,
so just don't do it.
Don't, just trust the plan, just do it. Jem always said, have a glass of water by the side of your bed if you think you're going to weigh in the morning, and when you wake up, down some of the water, and then you won't want to weigh because it won't be your true weight. Like, you have to get out of those habits. Someone asked, do you ever see yourself becoming a full-time consultant?
Is that to me or you?
Well, I am, kind of. Or are you?
In short, no.
No.
I just can't. Like, we obviously work full-time jobs at the moment, and then obviously Rachel's working with her slimmers at the moment.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, literally when Pops goes to bed, we're in the spare room packing, ordering, Rachel's on calls, and then, you know, we maybe finish like 10 o'clock and we go to bed straight away, and then it's the next day and we're working again. I just don't see where we get the time, because we got Poppy obviously as well, so if I was doing what you were doing as well, there'd be no one to look after Pops basically. So yeah, I couldn't see myself doing it, unfortunately. Obviously, because I am accredited, if anybody wanted my help or anything like that, I'd happily help them if people wanted to see me.
We've always said, if there are guys that are interested in plan and, you know, in the best will in the world, do not feel a connection to me as a woman, you know, in this, you know, the same way that I may feel that a man wouldn't understand necessarily the struggles I've been on, then you're open to seeing male clients. I mean, it's not that we don't want him seeing women. I literally couldn't care less. But
I don't think any women could either, to be fair.
But I just feel like sometimes it is nice, and we do have a couple of male slimmers, don't we? And I very much say those male slimmers are doing it with their partners, which I am here for. I love. And, you know, we will say, you know, do you want to do a joint consultation with both of us? Do you want to do them separately with, you know, the guy with you? Are you happy to do them both with me? And even if they are happy to do it with me, I will generally pass them Jamie's details and be like, if you do have any issues, you can speak to Jamie.
Yeah, even if anybody wants to bounce ideas or questions off, just to see what it's like or anything like that, I'd happily help people, but I wouldn't go down the consulting route myself. I think Rachel would lose a good employee, first of all, so I just
going to pack all the orders.
I just couldn't do that to her either.
Yeah, it is, you know, my heart is not in packing boxes, guys. I'm sorry. My heart is in working with people, and I'm very, very fortunate that Jamie has found a real joy of packing orders.
I love it.
You do love it.
BGH, I only just got spaghetti.
Oh, I didn't get it for ages though when people were saying it, to be fair. I've done the diet for 2 weeks, but during every product I was sick. Oh my gosh, is there any way to get around it?
Well, it depends what was making you sick.
Yeah, I always get, when people say, it's like always saying, like, have you got like an allergy or an intolerance to something? And if you do, can you identify it and then look to the products that maybe don't have that allergen in? And also look at what products you're having. You know, there is so many products, and it's great to have a variety, but it's not needed. Like, we've done it pretty much on like 4 or 5 products each, haven't we? Until we had stock. Yeah.
And then I've tried. Well,
I've tried pretty much everything now, I think.
There's loads of stuff that I've come to like as well. Like the porridges, the apple and cinnamon and the golden syrups are unbelievable. I try to stay off the chocolate bars all the way through, so I was just having strawberry and apple and lemon yoghurt because I have a big issue with chocolate.
Yeah.
But they're nice and they don't make you... No, I wasn't.
George, you just said you weren't in year 11 in the 80s.
I was joking. Oh, go down. Someone said, how much do you drink?
How much do you drink each? Oh, I'm all for. I drink like 2.5 litres a day, but a lot of mine is tea. I drink a lot of like fruit tea, herbal tea.
Yeah, I drink about between 5 and 6 litres, and I know it's getting to dangerous levels when you get above like 7 or something like that. I don't think you're gonna like drown. Oh no, I know that, but just without even thinking. So dramatic, it's dangerous levels. Without even thinking, I do that. It's not like a
tin can for the win. Thank God they've started doing salad. Oh, do they? Oh, we might have to do it for your birthday.
I couldn't go to tin can no salad.
Can you imagine how sad would that be?
I said when we get to goal, we can share occasion fries.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, because it's Jamie's birthday when he gets to goal. So
wow, it might not be.
Well, it better be. So we there's a lovely little like garden centre cafe at literally walking distance from our house that we want to go to, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we've not been on plan, we would have been there opening day. Like, it's like it's everything we love in there. Yeah. It's like a farm, shop, like garden centre cafe. Let it just be known though, we're not green fingered in the slightest. Our garden is an absolute mess, but we do love like that kind of vibe and way.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go there for breakfast. Then we're gonna go out and do our Christmas shopping in Bristol. So for anyone who knows us, I absolutely love Christmas. And we always go, well, before we had Poppy, because this was before lockdown, we would always go to Bristol. Ironically, it's closest for us to get to Cribs. Is it Cribs? Or it's Cribs that we go to. Then it is getting to Cardiff. So we go there, we do our Christmas shopping all in one go. We take our lists, then we come back. And typically, if not that weekend, the weekend after, we put up the Christmas tree, don't we? Mm-hmm. Jamie's birthday is the 14th of November for reference. And that is the start of Christmas, and we've always done that. We couldn't do it last year with Poppy because of lockdown. This year, we're going to go on the Mondays because she's in nursery, and we can just go together and enjoy that day. But yeah, we're going to go and have breakfast in the morning, and then we said in the evening, then we might get one thing of tin can Cajun fries and just share them.
Definitely.
And maybe just I'll cook some like fish or something, or some corn or something, and we'll have him with that.
Yeah.
And that's what you do, see, like we could go and be like, we're gonna have like a devil cheeseburger or what have you, but actually the only thing, like the hankering we have is for that particular item, so we're just gonna get it, split it, and put it with a meal that I'll do like some cod or something with it, and we'll have it with that. But yeah, I'm so excited for Christmas, and we've got we are planning a Christmas live, aren't we? To do like a Q&A just for Christmas questions. And I'm going to do some with some other people as well in the near future. A couple of those people are on here tonight as well. So I'm very looking forward to doing them. See if anyone else has asked any questions. My partner Emil also needs and wants to lose weight, but is finding it hard. Can he just buy the products without having a consultant to talk to? He's not one to talk. Just let him, just tell him what to do, and he's fine.
You don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to talk to your consultant. Yeah.
So he'd have to have a consultation, because we would need to make sure that he's medically fit to do plan, and we also need to know certain things about somebody's personal life, medical history, current situation, in order to best advise them on what step would be both safe for them, but is also suitable for them to get them to where their goals are. Now, once that is done, then the level of communication they have with their consultant is completely up to them. I personally ask that my slimmers have at least a minimum of one video call with me a month, just so I can check in and they can have that accountability. or like one call a month. Ideally, I would want to see people every week or every other week. But if you are a slimmer that doesn't need that level of interaction or support, and you're happy to know that you've got that person a message away if you need them, then that's fine. And I think that's where you would be very different to me as a consultant, and potentially why you would appeal more to male clients than I would maybe appeal to a male client.
Why?
Because you'd be more kind of like
laid back.
I'm laid back, but I also kind of want to check in and make sure people are okay. Whereas you're very much, if you're not reaching out to me, then I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in short, would need to have a consultation, but the level of communication he would want thereafter would be very, very different. If he is interested in speaking to Jamie, send me a message and we can sort something out. Because Jamie isn't on social media, so you can't get in touch with this human directly online. Brooks, one of my slimmers.
Hi, Brooke.
What are your plans for Christmas diet-wise? I'm thinking of trying to only be off plan for one family meal on Christmas Day, and just hope I can stick to it.
Well, we've already ordered our Christmas shopping.
Christmas shopping's done, guys. The Christmas food shop is done, and let me tell you, is it a weight off our shoulders? We don't have to think about it now.
No. So we're planning on having Christmas dinner, aren't we?
Yeah, so our plan is basically Christmas Eve up until Christmas Eve all day will be good, because I bought the low-calorie pizzas from M&S just to have in the evening with salad. So Christmas Eve is fine. I'll probably have a glass of wine. Still will be down, won't she?
I'll have a 0%.
Yeah, Jim didn't drink alcohol, but we've bought 0% alcoholic-free beers for you. So we'll have a drink of the evening. Christmas Day then, we won't be on plan by this point, because we'll be in a different stage of our journey. But
you say that though, I'll still have breakfast smoothie for breakfast, and I'll still have a bar maybe.
And I do now. I still have 2 products a day minimum. Like, that is how we choose. But that's how we choose to maintain. Yeah. We want to maintain our weight. It's what works for us. So we will, but Christmas Day, we won't be doing that. We'll be having our treats. We're having our nice breakfast. We'll be having Christmas dinner. We've treated ourselves to something, like this incredible little platter thing from Hotel Chocolat, and we have got like nice little nibbly bits for the evening. And then Boxing Day, we'll probably just be eating the little bits that are left over from Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But what we haven't done is bought excess. So I've literally bought what is needed for the 3 adults and 1 child to eat. Whereas before, I would have been like, it says on that packet that those roast potatoes feed 6 people, but I think that's wrong. So I'm going to buy 2 packets to be sure. And then we'll need a packet for Boxing Day, so I'll just get 3 packets for 2 people. Like, I was the worst person for just buying in excess and having like hoarding it. What? Were you just nodding?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like looking at some weird ghost in the corner.
Plus, we buy every Christmas chocolate under the sun. We'd have a tin of every chocolate. After 8's, Matchmakers, chocolate orange,
coins, Lindor,
cheeselets, twiglets, biscuits,
like 4 advent calendars,
shortbreads, everything just for the sake of it.
And why? Because then you're annoyed. Because then you're like, I've got to eat all this now. And you know what it's like. You feel like rubbish after Christmas. Come Boxing Day, Christmas is done. Boxing Day last year, before Jamie had even got out of bed, I'd taken all the decorations down. They were done. I was like, Christmas is... Not Boxing Day, sorry. The day after Boxing Day, the 27th. Come the 27th, it's over. This is why we put the tree up early. So I can enjoy... I like the lead up to Christmas. But once the 27th come, you all know you've been there annoyed that you've got so much crap in your house that you've now got to eat and try and get rid of, when all you want to do is sort yourself out because you just had an indulgent month. Like, imagine not having to feel like that and actually feeling like you've got a bit of a spring in your step and feeling really good. And, we'll go out for a walk on Christmas Day, won't we? We take Poppy to the park, and it doesn't feel like even having to think about it. It's just, we're just in a different place, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which old Rach and Jamie would literally look at us and be like, oh, will you off? Let's see if there's any more questions here. Who do I go to sort my partner out on this journey Who do I go to sort my partner out on this journey to help him? You can send me a message, Grace, if you know, obviously he ideally would want to come on plan, but any questions, send me a message and me and Jamie can help. Absolutely, you just need to message us. Oh, Chemmy's on board. One shared Cajun fries for your birthday, Jamie.
Yeah, boy.
Chem, we can't have what we had before, is what we...
Thanks, CB.
...have learned. Thank you. Once you hit goal, Jamie, will you go through all the steps of maintenance?
Definitely,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you? Why would you do all this work and then not stabilise your weight loss? I'm sorry to railroad your answer.
Well, no, but that's exactly it. Otherwise, I'd come off step 1B and I would probably just go back to old ways. So yeah, definitely. Even though I'm apprehensive about stepping up and coming away from products and having to go shopping again and...
But we've got plans for that, haven't we?
But yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it as well as being apprehensive. I can't wait to get up those steps.
Yeah, and it is so important. Like, literally, the steps are not just there so you can get to eating loads of food again. They stabilise your weight loss. They make it so that you don't look at a biscuit and put 4 pound on. Like I say to everyone, the steps are there so you do not need to diet for the next 20 years to maintain your new size and new weight. And they're also there to really gently reintroduce food so it's not overwhelming and it's not a daunting process for those of us who don't love cooking and things like that. One of my other slimmers has said, I'm thinking of making a mint chop bites calendar. I love that. Do you ever think how much you both have changed since last Christmas? You both look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, big time. I compared a picture to last Christmas, didn't I?
Oh my God, you literally look like you were going to die. Literally just dropped down dead. But no, it is crazy when you look at it. What did you want me to go on to? How do you continue to separate food from emotions and cravings that aren't physical hunger cues?
Don't know. I can't put into words how much of a different mindset that you get in once you're further down the line on plan, because you don't associate food with emotions anymore. Like before, I'd associate food with anything before. Like I said earlier, if we'd have been driving all day, that's an excuse to have food.
Yeah.
If we'd have been sat in the house all day, that's an excuse to have food. If the weather was shit, that's an excuse to have food. If Poppy
anything was an excuse.
So now it's just, I don't know, I don't associate, if I've had a bad day or anything, I wouldn't go into the kitchen straight away and be like, right, what can I have to eat? You get on with other things, like go and have a shower, like Rach says, take self-care a bit more.
Like seriously, put that on your priority list, and
just having things in the morning where you get up, because I brush my teeth straight away, so obviously I'm not going to eat then straight away, but that's something that I changed when I came on plan. I used to go down and eat breakfast first, and then maybe I'd brush my teeth at 10, 11 o'clock after I'd had a feast. Whereas now
6 crumpets, bowl cereal.
Now I get up, wash my face.
Yeah.
Put my moisturiser on.
Oh my God, guys, the amount of time this boy spends in the bathroom now in the morning, literally takes the mick. There's been times he's got up with Poppy and been that long in the bathroom that I've ended up just getting up with her. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about keeping yourself busy, I think, for me, definitely. And now with Rach Consulting, that we're not sitting downstairs, watching telly and then thinking what we can eat with that programme or what we can eat with that film.
Do you know what one of my slimmers is doing? And it literally, I was dying the other day laughing about it. So I hope if she's watching, she doesn't mind me saying, but she bought a cross stitch to do, right? Cross stitching's brilliant. It keeps your hands busy. It's something to distract you in the evening. And on Amazon, the biggest cross stitch you could find was a picture of Jesus's face. She's not religious or anything, but she's just crossed cross-stitching this big Jesus face.
Brilliant. And
I know, I think it's fantastic.
Back to that as well, physical hunger cues. I mean, again, the further you get down on plan, knowing that you're effectively, if you're on step 1B, you're eating 800 calories a day. So physical hunger is, again, it's a bit of a mind, it's a bit all in your head to me, because before I'd have probably eaten 2,000 calories for breakfast, and then by 12 o'clock lunchtime, I'm starving.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need this, I need that. And then you probably have another 1,000 calories at lunch, then you'd have snacks in between. Then you get to the end of the day and you're like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I need to have a 6,000 calorie pizza and all the sides. So
yeah,
it's all about, I think it's all about how you think about it. I've been speaking about that with you today, haven't I? It's just about how you approach things. Keep yourself busy. Self-care, as Rach says as well. Just keep yourself occupied, and you won't think about food, because that is what used to rule our life, basically, was food.
Yeah, if you don't do something else, if all you do is sit down of an evening and you do nothing else, all you think about is the fact that you're on plan, of course, all you're going to think about is food and everything you're not having. You're just sitting there giving yourself the opportunity to just think over and over and over. You have to give yourself something else to do. Whether that's having a bath. I like that. I liked having a bath. I mean, I didn't for a while because God's honest truth was my bum couldn't fit in the bath. That's how big I had gotten. And so I wanted to be able to do that. So that was actually a really big goal of mine to begin with, that I could have a bath. So as soon as I could, I took full advantage, and then I did face masks in the bath. Then I started going and getting my nails done or my brows done. I mean, you and Chemi used to take the mick out of me, saying like, I don't know anyone who spends so much time down the salon. But it was like things that occupied me, and then I felt good about myself, and then like I wanted to continue doing these things instead of going down that old route that I had been on, washing and blow drying my hair. We all know how long that takes. With a barnet like this, it takes you ages. So like things that keep you busy, a new hobby. Like I said, one of my girls is doing cross stitching. I've had others do like decoupage, making Christmas cards. I saw Sam on here was making like stockings for kids. Doing things like that, anything you can find to keep you busy and distract you. Watching YouTube videos. How much do we love a B&M haul?
Yeah.
Love a B&M haul. So, and you can't expect to just sit there and do nothing and expect not to get those cravings. Of course you will, because you're given nothing else for your mind to think about or do. You have to replace that with something else. Yeah. Otherwise, you will just sit there miserable. And if what you used to do was sit in front of the telly and pick and eat, then I really recommend stepping away from just sitting in front of the telly. And even if that is just watching something on your phone or putting a podcast on, because you're still in the same environment that you were in before when you were doing those things and kind of having those habits. And it's just habit change, isn't it? You've just got to stop. It's like when we gave up smoking, and you just needed something, you got that fidget thing. So you were like, I just need something to do with my hands.
Yeah. That
isn't like having a fag. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, just keep busy is my tip for that.
100%. Wow, we've been on for like over an hour now, haven't we?
Well, thanks for watching. I hope I didn't bore everyone. And Lauren, gutted you couldn't join Rach or whatever happened. And I hope I did you proud. And to Rachel Slimmers, thanks for choosing her. And please just keep going, just stay on plan. I always want to hear about the success stories, how people are getting on and things like that. So yeah, just stick with it, because I mean, trust me, it is worth it. I'm not at the end of mine yet. I'm nearly there, but it is worth it, and it's not a lot of sacrifice when you think about it. So yeah, just keep going, and yeah, thanks for choosing it at the end of the day.
I just, on that point, I remember Jess said, right, in one live, when somebody asked her about giving stuff up because she was on plan, and her response really stuck with me, and she was like, I've given up so much for so many years because of my weight. I've had to give up doing so many things, and I've had to give up enjoying time with my family and my friends. You need to just compare those things that you're giving up. So you're giving up a meal with your your family or friends in a restaurant, but how much are you giving up because of your weight? How much are you missing out on because you're not in the best health, or you haven't got the ability to do things? And that, I think, is something that's always really, really important to remember. And it's really attuned to what you're saying about the fact that sacrifice is really, in the grand scheme of things, you're going to sacrifice, 4 or 5 months?
Yeah.
It took me longer to grow a baby.
And it does seem like a long time when you're in it, obviously, because you're thinking about it 24/7, and it's you who's living through it, and every day you're doing it. But when you get to a certain point, it just becomes normal, and then you look back and I think now, how have I been on this for 13 weeks when I was only going to try it for 2 weeks? Like, where's that time gone? But I've
been on plan for 44 weeks this week.
I know, but you just do it, don't you? Like,
it's time's going to pass one way or the other. Time will always pass. Your life will always be stressful. The kids will always be on your nut. In work will always be stressful. Like, that is life. There's always going to be this time. If we're looking, it's like when they say there's no perfect time to have a baby. There's no perfect time to lose weight. You just have to make it the best that it can be for the time that you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you will look back and be like, oh my God, that has gone so quickly.
But yeah, keep going, and don't let Christmas put you off. Christmas is just 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll do loads of stuff for Christmas now. I'm gonna get, like I said, I've got some lives coming up. With some amazing people. I've got previous award winners. We've got Men of the Year. We've got Women of the Year. We've got Jeremy coming back on and doing a live to give us some educational pieces about Christmas, coming off plan, what that can do to us, why we crave things like that. And yeah, some other really exciting ones. And me and Lauren will be going live together at some point. We will get it rescheduled and put out there. But thank you so much all for joining us tonight. I will save this live, and we will speak to you really soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.